Step up. We need the Michael Eric Dawson's and Dyson. Michael Eric Dyson. We need y'all to step up. The Cavarios. For the most part, that's a good start because we have a few different people doing work in the social media realm of things. And I can understand the Michael Eric Dyson's checking in from out west. Salute, Chicago in the building. Get the roll call going as y'all click in and get the likes up and comment, subscribe and share the channel. Y'all keep hitting me with the do 3 lives a week. So if I'm gonna do three lives a week, I need to know y'all in here with me. Philly in the building. Get the likes up. I don't care if it's 6 people in there. I want 6 likes. Thumbs up. St. Louis. And then we got different states checking in and cities. So we definitely need the likes up. We need the Philly people, the St. Louis people, them Chicago people, Queens, New York. We need ATL. 16 shot 'em visuals. Love you, little brother. Hey, nephew, little bro can be my son. I don't care how they look at it, and we don't have to be offended by that. Some people is getting caught up in the don't speak up for this. They want me to crash out. We ain't crashing out. 16 shot 'em. You keep doing what you doing. Whether some give us our flowers or our accolades or whatever you want to call it, you got the youth right now. And you know what I'm saying? We as men, we have to stand up for our communities and lead by examples. So do I. I led by example. Zach TV grabbed the torch. He ran with it. Long live Zach. He no longer here with us. 16 shot 'em's here. We got Truth Teller. Now some people make it confusing, like, oh, Truth Teller say he moved for 10 years, but he stayed in tune, he stayed in touch. Should it be a reason that we shouldn't listen to guys that have moved on from the city for the better of them? Chicago expensive. It ain't cheap, to live in Chicago unless you in the poverty-stricken neighborhoods that you don't want to raise your kids in or your children in. I don't like saying kids because kids is baby goats. So I will not address our children as that other word ever again. I try my best. I can't say ever again, but I try my best because what? Certain words, certain things is indoctrinated in our minds. It becomes repetition and we keep on saying it. So yes, I'm speaking up for the 16 shot 'em. He got the culture right now for Chicago, along with Truth Teller. Trenches News give y'all a lot of insight. It's 2 of them Trenches, though. It's Trenches News and Trenches Talk. I think in Trenches Talk. So they all from the city. Truth Teller come from the west side. The other brother, he say the east side. And from Trenches Talk. And Trenches News, of course, he from Newtown or Low End. And lived around. So just show y'all I pay attention too. I keep in touch because I've been running with this city on my back for too long. To get misrepresented in any way from anybody. So if it's not right, I'm calling it out. Good evening, Jeanette. Y'all keep the roll call going. So me and Truth, 16, me and Truth did an interview. Me and 16 to get ours in. We chop it up because I don't want people to be thinking we not in tune with each other. Like we DMs away, comments away, phone calls away in some cases. I'm always available for them. You know what I'm saying? So same way with Zach. You know, anytime he needed any advice, anything, he wasn't scared to pick that phone up. You know what I'm saying? He calling. So it's unfortunate we lost that young brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, even for my generation, I'm not gonna keep on just throwing it on this generation, because this are children. These children that's out here doing what they doing, that's going viral and all that, those are our children. My generation's children. We dropped the ball somehow, some way. And I'm gonna keep saying we. I'm not just gonna always throw the bulk of it on others. I'm gonna always say we. I'm gonna take accountable, because of course they accountability, because they say what? Takes a village to raise a child. So we don't gotta, because let me see, like 16 was like, man, he was keeping his cool. He didn't want to, but the disrespect, he just couldn't take it. And I told him I overstand that. It was just, I would have wished he could have took him in the back and locked up with him instead of the spitting part on him. You know what I'm saying? So see how I didn't go against his emotions. He a young man. I'm not going to go against his feelings. I'm not going to go against his principles or his morals. He felt he was disrespected. He his anger built up. His rage kicked in. I personally just wish he would have even, because like I say, I don't even like the fact that it got to go to the boxing. Like, why can't we just have general conversations, right? And these are the things that I was taught in the Adi home, boys and girls group homes, these are things I was taught. So I'm not going, what you think about Steven Jackson going to Parkway? It's America. Land of the free. Go where you want to go, My experience in Parkway was different. We had Cowboy and Davi. And during this time of the Reagan's crack era, we over there, we gonna whip us up some cookies. this was the cookie shop to us, right? So yeah, we over here cooking cookies. Somebody dropped a dime on us though, because before you know it, Cowboy and them come kicking doors in. Steven Jackson was pump faking for clicks and views, period. Nah, I wouldn't say that. Stack Jack, a young brother out of Port Arthur, Texas. Actually, his brother Booney Loke is a good friend of mine. He was down with us with the whole hood rich movement. It's like a tourist attraction now. I mean, that's for the better. I'm not opposed to that. So if y'all thinking that I'm about to say something crazy, and I'm not opposed to that. If Chief Keef took his talent and now to this day, from King Von's mural, making it a tourist attraction along with, but I just don't like the part that it had to be King Von mural to become the tourist attraction. I figure, I just believe for that whole community right there, because it's a square. For that whole square, we can start from 55th. We're going to come from 55th to 67th, right? A box, because it goes east and west, north and south, and east and west again. We making a box, a triangle, right? So I figure, because they'll tell y'all, a lot of them will tell y'all, they all went to Dulles together. They went to Dyer together. They went to High Park together. They went to whatever, Phillips together, whatever schools they went to school together. So I feel alongside of King Von mural, it could have been, what's my little man? Of course, it could have been Duck mural on the side, Tuka mural on the side, man, I'm tripping right now. What's Chief Keef cousin name? He passed away from, how am I forgetting this boy name? I'm tripping. What's Chief Keef cousin name, man? From Front Street. Tripping right now. I'm catching Fredo, man. Fredo Santana. Long live Fredo. Now, of course, it's been a loss for so many guys, right? Blood money, condolences to all the families of all of these young guys, right? Because the majority of them left children behind. Who gonna step up to the plate? You know, it's just a lot we need to work on. Like, if we didn't work on our relationships with our children mothers and we went on to another young lady or another lady and had a baby or babies by her, then our child is feeling left out because they figuring if the mother's clashing. So we just need a whole makeover. We need a whole do-over, right? From families, because it's going to trickle down. So if these children is living in a big house and them children still in the projects, that child is going to feel that. I seen an interview where King Yella just said, during this time where all this stuff was going on, his baby mother and son was still living in Parkway. And then, they was into it and all this. To where his son, he was like, he didn't know that his son was saying, I'm King Yella's son. And he like, you shouldn't have to tell your child to hide who their parents are. But because of how we grew up, he had to let his son know, listen, it's not about being no punk. It's not about being scared or none of that. But daddy into some things, or them guys over there don't like daddy. So, trying to smother it for him. Jojo, do you go out your way to travel, visit the slums? Of course. When you travel, of course. Because I want to show the people, not to get off subject, I want to show the people that it's our color complected around the world. It was just a sister in here that cleaned this room. Her father was from Cuba and her mother is from Haiti. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know that Dominican Republic and Haiti, the island of Hispaniola, is the same island, but they didn't separatism again that Europe brought to society. They didn't put a gate up. They didn't divide it. There's one island. They didn't put a gate up to separate Haiti and Dominican Republic, right? So the separatism keep going on. And when I just was speaking on earlier about we got to restructure our family structure, and I'm going to bring up to speed because I did see an interview with Eddie Curry, basketball player, and the loss of his baby mother and his child, to a guy. Let me text next week back. Let me know if y'all can still hear me. Let me see something. I'm doing. Could you still hear me? Yep, and gave Haiti the bogus side. Yeah, they gave them the side that's gonna catch all the catastrophic earthquakes. We as black people need to adjust of more compass for real, because if what Stack Jack did was cool, then I go to O Block with all my jewelry and stuff for the camera too. Shaking my head, bad image. Well, let me try to see some of y'all messages. Jojo, what about L.A. Capone, Young Pappy, or Lil Jojo on that mural? I mean, so this is what I'm saying. Now, Pastor Corey Brooks, he's the pastor that they speak on a lot that's in that community, because his church is basically connected to Parkway, which his church used to be a skating rink. That's where we used to go skating at, right? Now, the thing about a mural for all these young brothers and sisters is some of them do come from different neighborhoods, but a lot of them travel to the same neighborhood. Like, so if Lil Jojo was on 69th, he coming over on 63rd, but so he was west over there. And then if he come over here coming back east, he coming over here where Duck and them at. So now it's like his community will probably want his mural there, you know. So it's kind of it's weird like that, and is people going to be respectful? Because we seen what a lot of these guys been doing in Florida and everywhere. New York, they going to grave sites, being disrespectful to this grave site, spray painting on the grave sites and the murals and all this. So we don't need to add insult to injury. You know what I'm saying? Because if a mural is put up, it's for remembrance, of course, and also, you know, because a lot of these guys done some good in their community. Some probably took groceries in the house for the elders, you know. So believe it or not, it got to the point where respect. See, it's a lot that need to be spoke upon, right? And a lot of stuff, you know, in gang culture, as they say, or organized crime culture, it is laws and policies, you know what I'm saying, that you had to abide by if you was affiliated with any of these organizations. And mainly, each one of them organizations, which y'all might know of, you know, for the melanated culture as a whole, would have been Black Panthers, right? You see what they done. They cleaned up. They was pushing the drug dealers out the community by all costs. They was feeding the community, you know, making sure the babies had book bag, pencils, you know. So this is where we all get this stuff from. This all is a page out of the Black Panthers book. So we have to salute Huey P. Newton, Eldridge Cleaver, the list goes on, Fred Hampton, because now these guys, Elijah Muhammad's, you know, we have to speak on these things. What's the other brother? Noble Jew Ali. You know, we have to speak on these brothers because of, and of course, you know, Malcolm and Martin and everybody, but we have to speak on them because they passed the torch down as well. So Elijah Muhammad say, okay, we're a lost tribe of people. You know, we descendants of these slaves, this and that. We done learned their language now, you know, because English not our native language if we do our ancestry tests, right? So if you do your ancestry test and it goes back to Africa, you know, and you Nigerian or Ghana or any western part of Africa where the slave ports were, that's your native language. But you don't know that here in America. You don't know that language. And I don't know too many people that can say they tried to learn that language. Do I have problems with it? Yes, I do, because I've done my heritage, and I was 39 or 49% Nigerian. So I feel some kind of way that I don't know the Nigerian language, whether Yoruba and they say Igbo or whatever. But I feel I need to know that language. Now, will I take time out? Because I got some Nigerian friends, you know what I'm saying, that I can go back and forth with. I always told y'all to check out the young brother from Ohio. He LaShao is how he say his name on his YouTube channel, but he knew over 66 languages last I checked, and he was only 33 years old. So I think he said from 18 years old, instead of, I guess, him playing with games and all that, going to the game room, he was learning languages. So that was a good thing. So you know what I done? I went to my own children. Hey, what's up with these languages? Y'all don't care to know any other language? So of course you try to tell them what they need to know. You know, you can always get a job being bilingual, this and that, you know, but yet and still they'll have Mexican friends, or Spanish speaking friends, or whatever speaking friend. But are y'all really trying to learn their language? You know what I'm saying? And learn about their culture, because we was robbed of ours. You know what I'm saying? And in some cases, you ask a lot of people, they tell you, man, I don't care about that. I'm not going to Africa. You ain't sending me to no Africa and this and that. But now they stripping the gun rights. You see what they doing with the abortion situation. They stripping the women from their rights for that. Some saying it might be a World 4 coming. We already see that I'm gonna read all them comments, but they coming too quick. Let me see. And I want to stay on topic of what I'm saying. So to go back to the mural situation, you know, it would be a great idea, you know, to have all of them together as a collective to show us what we miss, and especially due to gun violence in some cases, because, you know, Fredo didn't pass from no gun violence. But those that we have lost due to it, and like I say, a lot of them left children. It was just brought to my attention, a little brother just got shot that take care of duck kids and bricks kids, and I just saw the interview. So salute to that young brother. You know, hopefully you pull through, and shout out to Lil Chris. Lil Chris keeps up with Duck's children. Had them in the videos that they was doing videos and help raising their kids together. So those are the things that I look for in a person's character. You know, don't just be cool with me because I needed to hustle in your hood. Don't be cool with me because I wanted some of your clout off music or nothing. Like, if we rocking, we really rocking, and then we see the climate we in now with you have to pick a side and all this. So we need to get that out the way. We need to say, listen, ain't no picking no sides. We need to come up on a side to where we gonna get along together. Everybody need to pull their resources. I just saw a young brother that said, what he said, I think he said he was dating Cash sister for 4 or 5 years, and he would hang out over in 600. I think he said he was hanging out in 600, and when he shoot a video, the people from STL would come to 600, they would shoot videos together and all that. We need to get it back to that. But as he said, when he was doing that one time, it was one little shorty that got reckless, you know. And it's sad to say, but I'm going to say it in a good way. Well, not so much in a good way. But in my generation, if the law was laid and we laid this foundation, hey, it's a peace treaty. No one man bigger than this thing here, this movement, this mob, whatever we want to say it. And that one guy thought he was going to buck and go against what the law was. Them was the ones y'all was seeing the RIP or whatever happened to this one. You know, the super tough guy. The super tough guy. Those are the ones that you all heard the RIPs about. You know what I'm saying? And when they took a lot of the brothers off the street, you know, and a lot of the fathers, you know, that's when it really just went haywire, you know. And like I say, and I told this story before, when we were shorties, might be 13, it might be 30 of us, and we only had zip guns. You know what I'm saying? We was making zip guns. Other than that, it wasn't no army guns these guys got with all these switches and all that. Now, I understand that the scamming have been introduced to our culture, and a lot of these young guys and young sisters is up on the scamming culture, and they, you know, able to afford these guns. And I also just seen I think an Instagram post where a brother showed that these vigilante Caucasian groups that's supposedly being authority figures, and they putting on masks and painting their bodies and coming through neighborhoods doing this shooting and killing. And I myself had experienced that, you know what I'm saying? And I spoke on that before. You know, guys come creeping through the hood with some hoods on. They shoot, fire return. Only way we knew that it was the police because he dropped his badge. But he came around like he was a rival gang. And we knew that it ain't a happy thing. But the fear that we put into our rivals, they weren't creeping through no hood, not even a drive-by. Like, we really could have went and joined the Army or Navy SEALs for real, for real. Like, for real, for real. And I don't want to say that to be like, now go ask your cousins them. And like, I ain't gonna do all that. Like, we ain't finna get on here with all that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's nothing to brag on, because it was still self-genocide that I'm totally against. But you have to live and you learn. You know what I'm saying? And as they say, with age, you get wisdom. So what I know now, you can't erase your past. You know what I'm saying? Your history is your history, but you can try to help shape it and mold it for the better to pass to the generations behind you, right? I got to talk and speak on situations that can make it to where my grandkids can go to school without ducking bullets and all that. Like, my generation, kids couldn't go to school in Cabrini Green. They couldn't go to school in the village. They couldn't go to school on State and Stateway, Robert Taylor's, when it was war. It was war zone. So the kids, they was sniping out the buildings and all that, right? So I don't know if the only thing y'all know of or have experienced to see that type of living is through social media or on the news when they showed y'all Ukraine and what's going on. I don't know if that's the only thing or the closest thing that y'all seen to understand what we lived, you know? So don't be scared to ask the guy that might have fell victim to alcoholism, so he drunk now, you know, or that lady that fell victim to drugs or prostitution or alcoholism. Pull them to the side sometime. Just do me that favor. Just pull them elders to the side and ask them. Ask them, like, what got you on that liquor? Because that can help y'all get off the liquor. What happened that you start prostitution? That can help you stray away from that. What happened to you drinking? You know, now you have some people, they're called sponsees of things like that, right? And they'll say, hey, only a weak man, only a weak woman would sell her body. Only a weak man would put drugs up his nose and pop pills and all that, So they try to use that way to hope you be like, well, I ain't weak. You are weak if you drinking. You are weak if you smoking. You're weak. Only the weak minded. You falling victim to this drug. You falling victim to this chemical that's in this stuff that's calling you, right? So now you got to be like, damn, it's peer pressure, right? So what we always heard, man, I lost so many people. I just wanted to get the pain away. Think of the good memories. It wasn't always bad. That person might be gone, but it wasn't always bad. You got to think of the good memories, right? So that way, I don't got to try to drink this Henny, you know what I'm saying, that's going to kill my liver to where now I'm stuck in the hospital and can't move around. My pancreas messed up, or I got to roll up this blunt, you know what I'm saying, where this tobacco got my lungs as black as my shirt, or I got to smoke this cigarette with these chemicals that's frying my brain and killing my lungs. So now I'm going to have to walk around with a trach in my neck because they didn't have to remove something or something, due to this smoking. We have to get clear-minded because that's why we keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. In Expedition, back in the days, the liquor was a crime, right? Then when Capone and them was moving his liquor around, it was a crime, right? The government get its cut on it. Now you can sell it like 40 going south, right? Same with tobacco. They come up with a whole task force, DEA. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, whatever the E mean in alcohol, right? Because my mind all over the place. So that's why y'all here fill me in on some stuff. But drugs and whatever and alcohol, DEA. Man creates his own problems in some case. And that's, can't say that, bro. And to some degree, I'm gonna agree, man creates his own problems to some degree. Because you can be that same man that's doing what? Minding your own business, and what happens? You get pulled into something, right? Um, they just showed a guy, 48 years old, in Kentucky, in Connecticut, young brother on his bike. And he a mulatto kid, as they saying now, right? So he probably got a Caucasian father, melanated mother, or vice versa. And he's still prohibition, thank you. And he's still, I don't know what I said, but prohibition was during the prohibition era. So he still was being mistreated. Even though if you want to consider him a half and half a mulatto child, he still was seen as what? A melanated brother. It's the same way with the president, Obama. Him and his wife and family had to endure what? The monkey post, the gorilla this, the gorilla that. Look what they had to endure. But he was able to, become president, and he was 50-50. Now, I wanted to know, was that why Jesse Jackson was upset? Well, he wouldn't have knew back then if you was a mulatto, they would have gave you a chance to become president. Because basically that's what it seemed like. It wasn't like they can say a black man, or a melanated man, or straight up pure blood African was the president. All we really can go off of is you mix whatever with black, it's black, right? That's a fact. So this young kid, he on his bike, the guy messing with him, what are you doing in my neighborhood and all this. I didn't know he pushed the kid off the bike, so I finally just seen the longer version. He done pushed the kid off the bike. Total violation. But see how times change? They came and locked his butt up too. That dude locked up right now. Now, how long he gonna stay in there or whatever, that's considered a hate crime, right? Now, his name in the system, we don't want him in our neighborhood. He's fighting kids and this and that. If he pushing the kid down, what else would he do, right? And you have people that's sensitive that has mulatto children as well. So they ain't gonna want him around. Checking in from Brooklyn, Flatbush. Let me get to y'all. What's the names? My bad. Let me get to y'all. Let me see where I stopped at. Johnny said, y'all get them likes up for JoJo. This is a conversation that needs to be had. Brooklyn tapping in, OG, salute. Brooklyn everywhere. Okay, so stack, but let me go up because I do remember y'all saying, yep, and gave Haiti the bogus side. Okay, yeah, so that's where I stopped at. And Biden won't let them come over here. Yeah, we saw that. Stat can speak to what's going on in Texas, on where he from. So for him to come to Chicago with that image, to me, was very disrespectful in my opinion. Now, should I stop at that question? Because Stack Jack means well, he means well. Now, whoever he was addressing to, saying, y'all can't come over here, yeah, it would seem like it would be braggadocious. But he's still a young man, too, and he has to learn. Just because a guy got gray hair don't mean they 81, and full of all the knowledge. Stack Jack making a 360 in his own life. He became Muslim, you know what I'm saying? So he has no fear. Only thing he fears Allah, right? So he, and I tell y'all all the time, the jack boys, the robbers, the back door robbers, however y'all want, just thieves, whatever. I tell y'all all the time, don't never in your life take a human life for no jury. And I beg of you that. It's only wax. It's only wax, bro. I'm using this as an example to say it was wax, right? It's only wax, bro. The jury is only made of wax. And as y'all see now, they wearing so many moisturites, the diamonds is fake. So to take a life over it and of something fake, bro, like it's I beg of that. Cause that was me. I'm never sitting around here acting like I'm goody two shoe, this and that. If I put my rap sheet up there, strong arm robberies, anything you can think of that was violent, your boy done it, right? So when people say, man, how you got 70, 80% males, follow you on Instagram and this and that on your following, it is because they know I came from that. They know, you know what I'm saying? They know why I came from that. And now they seeing that I'm not the OG that's gonna send you off. I'm the one that's gonna care about you. I'm the one that's gonna tell you, homie, them 3 hots in the cot, when you in that cell, when you doing your arms like this and really touching the wall, you can't even really stretch if you got some size on you. And height, you got to smell another man doing the bathroom. And if he got a bad stomach and he upset, you smelling this and there's no windows, there's no way out for you. The little chuck hole about where you get your food tray, that's about it. No real air. You don't want to live your life like that, right? We see these third world countries or whatever, abroad, but penitentiary systems in America is third world. That's the slop. I don't know if y'all need to Google the West Baltimore on the check-in. Everybody is doing a roll call. I'ma still stroll down and salute y'all back. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the likes and the comments and the subscribers and the shares of the videos. I'm just doing what y'all asked me to do. Evidently it'd be a lot of no credibility coming. People just be talking, but they ain't lived these lives. They ain't experienced none of this stuff we go through. They just sitting on their phone and just trying to get a check. Faison, find a way. Aberdeen, Maryland in the building. Okay, let me do this right quick. Kids are starving. The streets are starving. High Point, North Carolina. West Baltimore looking like Chicago, if not worse. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. You one of the few men from Chicago that really has developed to some positive. To this day, I'm a JB roller skater. The only way I learned how to roll was from Chicago. Love y'all. Salute, bro. He a grown man. Peace, God. Checking in West Baltimore, Philly in here, OG. Shouts out to you, JoJo Capone, speaking the truth. I've been trying to get in touch with you. I'm here, bro. Flatbush, Brooklyn. Okay, and then that was the prohibition when the brother let me know. The new equivalent to Ben Chavis, salute. I met Ben Chavis too, good brother. That's when I was running around with Dipset and Jim Jones. So Jim Jones used to go to Ben, brother Ben for like his big brother sponsee, like consultant, and that was good on Jim's behalf. And then he had me around him as a big brother. Okay. C Hood, yeah, that was the brother named C Hood, yeah. Checking in from Rochester, New York, upstate. Okay, let's see it start with you, big bro. Could you imagine how powerful we can be if we ever get on one accord? For sure. Africa has many languages, true. Roe versus Wade. I think the brother, Dr. Boyce Wilkins, they just deleted a video or did something to him for speaking on that. It's 25 million illegal immigrants in the USA. Crazy how Callaway be trying to say we natives, knowing, like you said, we can do ancestry and see the real. Yeah, that's what I applaud Dane Holloway for his we natives. But who was the natives? They was Africans, man. You know what I'm saying? If birthplace of civilization was Africa, Ethiopia, hands down, scientifically speaking, as they say, all that, like, knock it off, Dane. We understand, and we glad that you tapping into the native Indian tribes and things of that nature. That's cool. We not knocking that. That's just like a mulatto. You know what I'm saying? Obama daddy from what? Kenya? His mother from whatever part of Europe she had descended from. Definitely salute to you for keeping the positive knowledge and energy going. Farrakhan, y'all get them likes up for JoJo. Okay, so I went to that. Detroit in the building. Minneapolis. Let me see. I have already found a way. I'm good, bro. That's what's up. Share it with others, man. Share it with your neighbors. I visit Evanston Shore, Maryland every summer. I love the country smell. Massachusetts in the building. I gotta hit Benzino. I know he mad about Boston not winning that championship. Come on, man. Boston has some of the best seafood. I know that. Everything was stuffed. They remind me of New Orleans with that. Everything was stuffed. Then was my pescatarian days, I guess. But I never just went pescatarian. Like, I knew to cut out the beef and the pork. And then I just, Dr. Sabi put me down on alkaline diet and then went vegan. But it's that soy and that tofu is terrible for us too. And vegans eat a lot of that. So it's kind of like it almost make you feel like you can't eat nothing, you know? Yeah, man, but it's gonna take a lot, bro. It's gonna take a lot. And it's like, I be feeling myself thinking I'm going 100 miles forward and look up, somebody lost their life, and it's like it just took you 100 miles back. Because it's like, you know, if I'm saying increase the peace, understand we not each other enemies, blah, blah, blah. And it seemed like all it's turning into was blah, blah, blah. Because they want their lick back. They want their lick back. That's all. They want their lick back. It's sad. That's good, man. If a lot of parents work for their kids, for their children, the children would be good because food stamps run out in the middle of the month and most people sell them nowadays. You might got a point with that, right? But it was something I wanted to speak on before I read that. Because we spoke on, you know, they want their legs back. So, and where could it stop? You know, and even in relationships though, right? To not switch the subject, but if I'm working at McDonald's and you working at Popeyes, let's focus on our way of living, right? We can't look at Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, a guy that had made probably 200-300 million in basketball, and she done made 10-5 million in her films, right? We can't, you know, it's a status quo. We know this, it's a status quo. So the things that they can do financially, we can't do at the moment. But if we gonna say, hey, you go get you spandex for the whole year, right? And I'm gonna go get me 7 all white tees, or better yet, I'm gonna get 15 colored tees, right? And I'm gonna get me 3 pair of blue pants, 3 pair of black. And we're gonna wear this for 2 years. We're gonna pay our bills, stack up our money, and see what we can come up with in 3 years. And that's all we gonna wear. You seen the video with Gurley and Shabazz lost points. No, I ain't see that. And see, like you saying, he's saying Gurley lost points for real, for me, for that. But see, dude, that's just still a bunch of old clout chasing to me. When you going on another of your worldwide bosscations, Randy? We don't call them trips now. It's a bosscation. We talking about status now, right? Trips, all 50 states in America. Vacations, any island, right? In the Caribbean. Bosscations, other continents. But to answer your question, brother, soon. The children out of school. So as y'all know, I have to take the children on their vacation because they want to go on vacation, right? So that's a dilemma I'm dealing with. I could speak on the situation, but I ain't gonna mess with it, you know. But I wouldn't be me. Little bro dealing with something, baby mama tripping. My niece, she was, her grades, but then she wound up getting them up. Now the mama saying she can't go. Y'all know I'm furious, right? Because not only am I the uncle, I feel like I'm the parent too, because I'm spending my own money, flying them out the country and showing them different things, right? I'm not in competition with the parents though. This is just what I want to do, my good deed for my nieces, nephews, and my children as well, because they grow up together, and the same thing that I was just speaking on a brother, I can't think his name, but the brother that I just said that got shot, and sending our condolences to him and his family, and hope he pulled through, that's taking care of Duck and them children, or assisting and helping them children. Same way he doing that is what I'm speaking on, right? With me, And she's saying she can't go. Is it in it? And to me, like I say, I don't know if she followed the channel, so I don't really want to rub the mama the wrong way. But I told little bro, man, go get that attorney, man. If I gotta help pay for the attorney for children rights, all parents equally need to have their rights. Summer school out, if you send a child with the father, if she on our side, little bro, we can take her, we can do what we want to do. You can't just give her to us when it's convenient for you. We ain't going for that. So, it can go on one end out the other because he haven't moved on to it yet, but I should be happy right now, and I'm pissed off when I got the news that she's saying she can't go. What you mean she can't go? So I'm gonna just leave it at that because that's kind of pissed me off. We human. We got, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't put the pressure on these kids. They hearing about what's going on. They play on their iPad. Stuff pop up. They know a little children, a 5-month-old baby just got shot and all. Man, it's just so much weird stuff going on, and it's like, you want to kind of get their mindset out of hearing this negativity. So when I'm leaving y'all and I'm traveling abroad, that's just me clearing my mind from the ruckus over here where we at. You need some time. You need some space to yourself. So, as they say, you can't run away from the problems. They always going to remain there, as we can see, because we not moving together to try to put, to fix them. But the pastors got all the money. The churches, I don't really see them dumping it back in the communities, but they want to use a community activist, with them titles, you know what I'm saying, that's doing the work on their own, but they getting paid for it, these pastors. So you community activists, brothers and sisters out there, we know a lot of y'all want to do it from the kindness of your heart, because that's what I do. I ain't got one check from no government to do no community work. But it's money's for it, right? And they give it to the pastors first. Y'all just got to do a better job of driving on them pastors. Hey, pastor, come on. We know that $1 million budget you got, player. We really need every bit of 900 of it. Yeah, we need about every bit of 900 to send these children to Great America, Six Flags, Disney World. We really need this 900 now, pastor, because we don't care about you pulling up with this Rolls Royce. And I'll never forget seeing the preachers or pastors of LA or whatever, and they all of them got Bentleys and all this and that. Now, some of them could have been smart college dudes, that got degrees, and that's how they riding slick. But, just for what we know is the collection plate is paying for this stuff. That's just how we think, We shouldn't be pocket watching. I even made a song about it. We shouldn't be pocket watching. But in our case, when it's to the point of us losing children and we got an opportunity to show them a better way, it's like if you just keeping me in a boxing arena I don't want to be a boxer, right? Because this is all I'm seeing. If I wake up every day and I'm hearing balls and they bouncing basketballs in the court, I'm going to want to hoop. So, the product of your environment, that's what you're going to want to be. So, if you're not taking them to see Disney World and all this stuff, they don't even know that it exists besides on TV. So if you got to take them to some magic shows, now they can say, okay, I want to be a musician. If you want to, you see what I'm saying? See some singers, and because these the first thing people look up to after their parents. Parents got to be more responsible. Have one drink, not 7. Get you one. If you just need a little relaxing and you want the one, do the one. You don't got to drink the whole 5th. This child coming in here, and the child might want you to walk him to the park. But you so drunk, you so high, you don't feel like it. So you know what you tell them? Oh, go on outside and play. But now they got human traffickers, so they grabbing these children and they doing all type of stuff. And every day, so every time they sending me them Amber Alert pictures, I'm posting them. Yeah, I'm posting them. I want these children returned. When I hear that the children will return or whatever, I post that. But that shouldn't be happening. You mean to tell me the violence that's been going on, everybody got posed, right? Gun laws is all over everywhere. Everybody got posed. And you mean to tell me somebody, because I had watched a video not too long ago, a guy pulled up in a van. I actually spoke on this one, and it still stuck with me. He pulled up in a van, white van. He dragging a lady in the car. Or he already had her in the van, and I think she woke up from whatever drugs he had on. So she done ran out the van, but she's so still groggy. But the lady and the guy is filming this out the window, right? They filming this out the window. The guy is saying, oh man, this and that. He telling his wife, call the police, call the police. And she telling him, you call the police. What? Bruh, we living in a different world for real. Nobody wants to work, but try to own a business. It don't work like that because your child starves in the meanwhile. Gotta find a way or work for some to know business. Facts. Question, how ex-drug kingpin. Question, how ex-drug kings come home after 20 years rich? Some of them kept their businesses going. Some gave the money to the right baby mama that wasn't gambling, that wasn't trying to buy every Birkin bag and all that. And she bought real estate and flipped it. Went back to school, became a nurse or became a doctor. So when he came home, that $2 million, $3 million he left, she got it in some cases. Some went to jail, got a lot of degrees before they pulled that out the system. And he knew what he wanted to do. He came home, he got them grants because he eligible for all of them, depending on the crimes he had. He getting his governor pardon, getting his record expunged, bam. And he living, and this the guys that you're seeing, a lot of them that's speaking on it. Happy birthday to the brother F Prison, Sean, out of Jersey. He just had a big birthday pool party. And you seen him come home. From the time he came home, he said, I want to do a F Prison clothing line, and it's keeping him afloat. He showed that his son was even incarcerated. His son came home and said, listen, we ain't going that route. We doing this. And the community getting behind him, and they purchasing his clothing. I even got my hoodie. You know what I'm saying? What's the word, OG? I made it to 1,000 subscribers. Salute. Congratulations. Spammers, bro. They spamming, bro. Yeah, I see. So when they start that, it's time to get out. So I talked to y'all. You need some moderators. Yeah. Gotti used to jump on, but I wasn't going live, I guess, that much, so he didn't know. I had a few, but I'm going to end it off on this note, and I'm going to get back at y'all. Capone.